RBB Morning Show, the coach, mentor, marketing, and social media strategist you need each and every morning. RBB, a live morning talk show that gives you the ability to get the coach you need, strategist you wish you could afford, social media manager and strategist, marketing strategist, project manager, certified OBM, VA, business startup strategist, profit strategist, web strategist, email funnel strategist, sales page strategist, PR strategist, time management, mindset, and overall business development strategist. We answer it all. With over 25 years of business experience, both in corporate and small business worlds, we really can answer it all.
If you as a business owner don't do something like that, you hear me talk about doing things like this often. It's summer. During the winter, I don't get to have that much fun. I live in Western New York. We don't do anything during the winter. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Do something fun. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about taking the time off from your business. I don't think I talked to anybody from 4 o'clock on yesterday. Just enjoy yourself. Go do something fun and take the time, like truly take the time off from your business.
Yeah, live your life.
It's so important. So that's my pep talk this morning. So we're talking about why you should build and have a personal brand and when you're in a partnership, because it is super important that you, to get beyond some of the perception issues that we were talking about yesterday, be your own person and not just be DG marketing or be boss girl, or I'm trying to remember what somebody called us. Ginja, I don't remember. Somebody came up with some weird tagline for us the other day. And just make sure you're doing something to be yourself inside of your business. It is so important. I'm going to pop something in here if I can. I might have to do it after the show. We have our designer, Lisa, at Zoncom Productions, made us a fantastic logo for a back of a t-shirt. Good morning, Sandra. And it's very much Gina and I together, but it really shows our different personalities, because Gina is the organized person and Danielle is, let's go, let's rock, let's roll, let's move it. And it shows our personalities pretty well, but it still ties us together. And Gina and I are, I've always had my own personal brand just because of my personality more than anything.
So I had one. I had my own successful OBM and process improvement business before Danielle and I came in this together. And I had my own personal brand. And then I walked away from it. And I walked away from it because I hated it. You know, like social media and all of the things around it, which the irony is not lost on me of the company that I own now. But it was really bad for my mental health. Like, it was really taking a toll on me. My introduction into the online world was not the best. So I walked from it for 9 months. It's been almost a year, like, since I have been really active. And so now, obviously, it's a really hard habit to get back into. But I had one, and I just wanted that for the record. Like, I'm not just riding on Danielle's coattails. I was my own person.
Well, and it's important to, if you're just starting out in the online world, just plain starting, that you establish that too. Even if Gina had a brand, and Gina is her own person and needs to do her own things. And sometimes people start out online with a partnership and never go to that point and then lose themselves in the business. And I will tell you, no business partnership is going to last forever. There's going to be, there could be a million reasons. I mean, having families, starting families, moving, and doing, excuse me, all sorts of things. And it doesn't necessarily need to be, we had a fight and we broke up type partner, like breakup or anything, but there are a million reasons why it may not continue. One of us gets sick and just can't keep going, which with me is a very viable problem that we could have down the road as I age. And yes, I have to talk about that. I'm in my 40s.
That's something that we'll prepare the company for. So
we have to prepare, but we need to prepare each other and our own brands for as well, so that Gina doesn't have the possibility of losing everything if I walk away, or I don't have the possibility of losing everything if Gina has to walk away. You need to have that separation. So I'm encouraging Gina to dive back in and be her own brand again. And Gina is still exploring what that even looks like for her. She's trying to decide what she wants to be, how she wants to be. Now, we have personal brands that are sort of tied together in their own branding, but yet separate. So I am the Rockstar CEO. I own the domain name, the whole entire thing. I have been the Rockstar Fairy Queen for a while, and I've been the Minion Queen for more years than I'll admit to. And that was before the Minion movies, people. So I've been the Minion Queen longer than there's been Minion movies. Sorry. And but that's my personality. I always have something I'm doing. I'm out there. I'm constantly at band events. I'm constantly taking pictures. I'm constantly in people's faces. I'm just an in-your-face kind of person. And Gina, since we all know her, is the sassy COO. And she is starting to explore what exactly that means for a personal brand right now.
Yeah, I can't figure out what kind of content to put out there because I'm trying to have a place where I don't talk about work all the time, but I also am trying to break the stigma at the same time. So it's like I don't really know what to do with it. But I own the domain. I have it. It's my brand.
She is her own brand. She just has to figure out what her own brand is going to be. And that's important to head down a direction you actually want to be into. For me, I'm going to be blogging and vlogging and podcasting and everything all at once. I can't believe I'm doing that. But as I've been talking to my editor, and I really need to establish that and have all of that going to be a new published author and to really get out there. Again, remember, I'm going down the traditional publishing route. There is those that publish directly to Amazon have none of this that they have to go through in order to get established. I have to prove I have a personal brand. I have to prove a media kit, like a large media kit, very nice looking media kit, which I have because I don't have my own personal website anymore. So that is the piece I'm missing. You'll see that coming up over the next 2 weeks. I'm actually going to be working on building that out this weekend, and it looks awesome right now. My husband, of course, is coming to the rescue on that again. And I'll be doing a lot of different things, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's what you need to do. Some people just want a lifestyle blog. Some people want to talk about being a mom. Some people just want to talk about business. Some people don't want to talk at all and just want to do pictures of it. As a business partner and as somebody in a partnership, you need to establish the differences in who you are. I definitely don't suggest that Gina go down the same route I am. She would be very overwhelmed with everything I'm going to be doing. I had to submit my marketing strategy to my editor. And I am physically calling her my editor now. As of yesterday, I've put a deposit down for her to do all of my editing. And she's going to get back to me today. She told me she didn't like part of it already. And she has a marketing team. My editor has a marketing team. So they're going to be going through there, telling me what I need to do. And I tried to cut out a couple things and only go like the vlog route and not blog. And I got yelled at. I literally have to go every route right now. Because in order to do all of the things I want to do with this book, and that I've been asked to do with this book, I have to do all of the things in order to get the information out there. When you self-publish, you don't have to do anything. You can self-publish you type up your Word document, upload it as a PDF to Amazon, and you're a published author. It's a very, very different space to do the traditional route. And I have to decide if I'm going direct to Amazon, if I'm going to do a book tour. There were things I didn't even think of until this morning when I read my email from her. I have to decide what route I want to go down because I have to start marketing now while I'm writing the stupid book. I'm 4 chapters in, and I have to decide that now so that I can start building my brand around that. So you also have to decide what the purpose of your brand is going to be. Is it just going to be for fun? And there's nothing wrong with building a brand just for yourself and for fun, and so that you have a little bit of a presence out there, but that's all it's for. Is it going to be for building your business and cross-posting and helping to build your main business?
See, I have an idea of what I want mine to be. So I will give you guys an insight into some of the process. So for me, I'm obviously not an in-your-face person. I have a big personality, yes, and I have a strong personality, absolutely, but I am not an in-your-face person. I'm also a very private person. I really don't like sharing a lot of my personal life. Like you guys see, I don't even call my husband by his name when we're talking, and I have my reasons for that. A lot of that is mainly, I like to just live my life the way that I want to live my life, and that traditional influencer, I'm using bunny ears on that, style of personal branding freaks me out. Where everybody is sharing every intimate detail of their life. And I'm one of those people where I feel like that there are a lot of things that should remain private. So I'm having a hard time reconciling how to come through where I still am authentic and transparent, but I'm still maintaining a boundary. And that's something that I'm struggling with. But I know the direction that I want my personal brand to go. One of my ultimate goals is to have a lifestyle website that's out there, but it's for women, but it's for the rest of us. It's for the functional hot messes. It's for the women that want to have it all. They want to be a mom, but they also want to have a really awesome career. And we're always told we have to choose one or the other when you really don't. And that's what I want it for. And not the picture perfect Instagram lifestyle websites that you see out there that are all about the best lipstick to buy or how to dress for all of that stuff. It's more around how I live life, which is I'm kind of winging it, but not really. I'm pretty organized, but it's like every day is different type thing. And I just am who I am, and it's more about self-acceptance. And that's the direction I want this to go. But I'm having a hard time reconciling how do I do that while maintaining some of my privacy. And it may be that I can't. And if that's the case, then I guess it's going to have to be something I'm going to have to sit down and decide, but you have to put some thought into it. At least if you're wanting it to go into the direction of eventually monetizing it. If you're just wanting it to just be somewhere where you can share your cat pictures, then don't worry about it.
Yeah, you really do have to find what the purpose is of your personal brand. Now, my personal brand, I fully plan on, I wasn't until recently, and I've had to reevaluate. Now, I say I'm a very in-your-face person. I am. There are certain parts of my life you will never hear me talk about. Sex is not appropriate to share online. I don't want people to talk. I'm not talking about my sex life with my husband. I'm sorry. It's none of your business. Now, all of y'all know who my husband is. You know his name, what bands he's in, where we're at, all of those things, because he is also extroverted. Not to the extent I am, but we have no problem sharing our life. But that is something that we relegated years ago when we became missionaries, 12 years ago, 13 years ago. That is something that we had determined we were giving up back then. Now, my son is a very private person. Not many people online know who my son is. And it's kept that way because, one, he would kill me. And two, he's not online. I mean, he's online in certain communities and very, very robust in there, but you're not going to find him on Facebook. You're not going to find him on Instagram or Twitter or something like that. And that's where he's building his own business. I'm getting to see a business that's built around being online without being super social media active. It's been an interesting process for me to watch. But I know that I do need to be out there. I have been asked, and this is not something I am pushing. but I have been asked to compete with two of the biggest books in the market by rewriting and changing the perception on them. And no, that's not something I decided to do on my own. I was writing a social media book when I was asked to do this by a major publisher. I had to go back, and I've only had about 2 weeks to process this at this point, but I've had to go back and reevaluate. And I do have an editor. I have a marketing team that has dealt with real live publishing of books and things like that. And I do keep differentiating. Those of you that publish through Amazon, I'm proud of you. That is amazing. That's the route I plan on going down for some of the social media books, but those are going to be published under DG Marketing or Be Boss Girl. I haven't decided what brand is getting those. I will be the author, but they're going to be published under the business name. This is going to be me as the Rockstar CEO, me as in Danielle, who is all over the place and ADD and crazy. And I have had to reevaluate what that meant. And even for me, who's very in your face, I'm a little intimidated by what the things that I've got to do and the things in the direction I have to head with this branding. This is not something I was planning on. It just was not my plan. My plan was not to be pushed as a international author. This book is going to be translated into other languages once it's written, which is not something I was planning on until last night or this morning when I wrote my email. You have to be willing to evaluate what the end purpose is and know what that end purpose is, because that is really important when building a personal brand or any brand. I mean, your business brand, your personal brand, anything, a client's brand, you have to know what the end goal is. What is the pie in the sky goal for this brand? How do you work towards it? And you backtrack and design each step to reach that huge pie in the sky goal. Wasn't in my plans, and I don't think I've wrapped my head around it completely yet. I'm getting there, I think. I'll have to see what my marketing team says. And it's very weird for me to say marketing. I have my own marketing team at this point because it's what I do, but this is not a world I've ever done it in. And it's a very, very, very different world. It's not the online world. And it's not a traditional business world either. So there is room for Gina, who's trying to reevaluate and decide how she wants to do stuff. There are no rules when it comes to building a personal brand. There are no hard and fast rules. Whatever your end goal is determines your path, but you have to know how to get there. And Gina is learning whatever that's going to mean for her. And those of you who you're a solopreneur, like Sandra, who is a VA and does not plan on doing anything other than, and this is not a criticism, being a VA. She wants to build her own VA business. There will be a cap on how many clients that she can handle and things like that. So she has to decide what her brand looks like in that. And she is her brand because she is a solopreneur. And she needs to be. So she has been slowly working her way, figuring out what that means for her. And she has been doing a fantastic job figuring out what that means for her. But that means something very different for her than it means for me, is building a personal brand outside my businesses, but still having my businesses and being a published author. Gina wants to have a lifestyle style brand, but is looking to do it in a very different way. So her path is going to be very, very different. So be really thinking about what that means for you and your business and your personal brand. You're going to have one separate from your business. Now, I will tell you, it does not, nor should you, if you are a solopreneur on one business, do not add to your confusion and your to-do list and have your own personal brand be on your business. That is just dumb. I talk to people who do that to themselves often. Why would you do that? I don't understand. I'm ADD and I don't get why you would do that to yourself. Of
course, then you also get people that say, I didn't build a personal brand, I built a team, when the whole brand is around them.
Yeah. That also doesn't make sense.
And that's something I think we'll break down one of these days, because I see some real idiocy, like, of things that people are saying and other people are eating it up and believing it to be true. And it's like, wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in the influencer world. And we need to be careful of that and not to fall into those traps.
Yep.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you very much.
But, you know, for me, you know, and I want to say something for the introverts out there. There is a way that you can do it. And I get it. It's freaky. Like, it's not that I'm resistant to it. I want to do it. I literally just don't think about it. Like I'm going to be very plain. I don't think about it. So I'm going to have to come up with strategies to combat that. But first I have to come up with the type of content that I want to do. Then I can sit down and use our own Pixie Kit and do all of my content for a month in one sitting and be fine. And I don't have to think about it, because that's my problem. I don't think about it. I don't think about it. I don't think, oh, I should share this on my Insta story. Oh, I should vlog this. I tried vlogging for a week. I have 2 vlogs that have never been put out. Danielle loved them. She thought they were funny because they were an inside look into a day with me, but I just don't think about it. That, and I'm a very private person and I don't want to be bothered, and I don't want people from my past like coming up and digging up crap from me from when I was a completely different person. And those are fears that I have. So, you know, those are things that I have to work through. But if you're an introvert, you can have a personal brand and you can do it your way, and it is okay. You can find a way to engage with your audience and let people in and it not make you uncomfortable.
And I am going to argue that a little bit. As an introvert, there are things that you have to do to get out of your comfort zone. I mean, even I am doing things to get out of my comfort zone. My comfort zone is pretty ocean size. There are things, if you're going to build a brand, you can't be completely private. I mean, just, it's not possible. The idea of building a brand is that people get to know you. You can't be private and have people get to know you. That just, it's not going to work. But there are ways to do it that you can get to the point where you feel comfortable and not compromise too much. Like Gina not sharing her husband's name is perfectly acceptable. I know other women online who have personal brands that call their husbands engineer, carpenter, whatever. I, for a long time, my husband was not comfortable when I was first blogging, and I was blogging before there was a WordPress, people. Okay. So like I've been blogging since 1996, 95, something like that. There was no WordPress yet, people. So just getting that out there. My husband was not comfortable with me writing anything that somebody could read online. So he was Drummer Boy. And then he got pissed at me for calling him Drummer Boy, but he hates that song, Little Drummer Boy.
I call my husband permanent roommate to his face. He's actually, he may answer, he might not. It depends. He's getting much better at tuning me out. He would say that he doesn't, but I swear to you, it's like I start talking and he's got like these little shields that go chink over his ears.
My husband does the same thing. And then about 4 hours later, I'll hear, "What did you say?"
Yeah, were you talking to me? No, I wasn't. I was talking to the dog. Which actually, in his defense, actually does happen more often. I'm more often talking to the dog than I am him.
Okay, now that's
that. Yeah, so like he'll hear me going, "Oh, I love you so much," and he goes, "Oh, I love you too." I was like, I was talking to Gizmo, and he's like, "Wow, okay,
thanks a lot." Yeah. So there are ways for you to find where your comfort zone is, but you are going to have to come out of your comfort zone to be in a brand. There is no staying completely. Yeah, that is any spouse. There's no way to stay completely hidden and have a personal brand. Sorry.
But you can filter. Like, yes. You're more likely than not, I'll share the snot out of my 2 dogs because they are crazy. Like they're 2 little bitty dogs with very large personalities. And it's like having 2 very tiny people with 4 legs and lots of hair, like in my house. So I like those, like I'll share my dogs all day long, but there are other things that I would not, but people would love my dogs.
This is very true. People love doggies. So find your personal brand, figure out what that is, because it is necessary in a partnership to be able to move on and grow your business. Because believe me, once I figure out what direction I'm going with my personal brand, you better believe it's going to be Grow and Be Boss Girl and DG marketing by what I'm doing there. I plan on tying them together in some way, shape, or form, other than it's just me as a CEO of them. Believe me, they will. And they'll help each other, believe me. And yes, I'm going to be using them to help myself. Why not? So start thinking about it. Start really establishing yourself as a brand when you're in a partnership. That's something you really do need in order to be able to expand and even grow your partnership. So everybody have an amazing Wednesday. I hope you all wake up. I don't know that there's enough coffee in the world to keep me awake today. I will be definitely getting a nap at some point. Yes, Sandra, I will get my nap today. And I hope you all remember to rise, become, and be today. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.
RBB Morning Show, the coach, mentor, marketing, and social media strategist you need each and every morning.